It's gonna be really late on the brakes. Not quite though. Whirless. Look at the toe.
Crazy toe. Look at him magnetized onto him. It's so
Expensive.
Whoa!
Oh yes he is. Here he comes. Up the inside, Nava. Into the lead of the race. No. Oh, he gets the last balloon. Up the inside. He's 3 wide for the lead. They touch. He's gonna go into the grass. Sheets out of the race. It might go close by the end of the Cal straight. No, it's not.
He's got DRS. Willis going to defense him. They make contact. And now Balloon's going to get him here. On the inside. Rock will switch back. No! He's a turn. And the final lap.
Driver. No! They're both going around. Neither of them are getting on the podium. Chases it down to the bottom. Touch. No, we won't. He's not to win again. Okay, well, let's go to the wall there. Just like Boyd did. Fireworks are going off on and off the track. That's the corner of RBN. They touch again. A drag race, side by side. And here we go. The photo finish into the line on the outside. On the middle. Trying to get 2 with the price of 1. Trying to get 3. The price of 1. And he comes. He is 4 in a row. And the single series championship. Hello. Well. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vantage One World Championship. Never mind that. We got a sprint race on tap today. We have qualifying on tap today. Apologies for the technical errors, but we are here. Circuit of the Americas, cloudy skies, and the championship heads to round 10. We'll go over the championship standings a little bit later on in the session. However, we got a sprint race here today. Top 6 will be getting points in that event. It's 10 laps for the sprint. Right now we got some cars on track already. Joseph Singh out there. I think he's going to be the first one to start a flyer. Welcome to the chat, Tyler Fink, and whoever else is watching as well. Appreciate you guys for coming in. 12 drivers here today. Of course, attendance slightly starting to dwindle. We will be heading to F1 25 after this season is over with a European tour in the Formula 2 cars. Keep an eye out for that announcement. Should be rather soon. Starting in July. So we can officially get things started on F1 25. And Joseph Singh has since been passed by Prince, who has been invalidated 2 times a runner-up in the V1 World Championship. And here we go. Starting his run now, first flying lap of the session. Huge lockup and a slide into turn 1, not ideal at all. Down the right-hander of 2 and into the S's comes Prince, the Alpine driver. The left, the right, the left again, and another right. Down the hill. Looked like he nailed all those apexes. Of course, a purple first sector. Clean air in front of him. It looks like there might be some potential rain on the horizon, so it's going to be important to get your flying lap in now. Another lockup into turn 11. We'll have DRS here. Get as much speed as possible, and we'll see. Remember, there's no championship points on offer for pole position in the sprint race. However, in the main Grand Prix, we will see a point offered there for pole. Prince coming through the final sector now. The triple apex of turn 16, 17, 18 as Tyler Fink doing his usual last to first attempt. Prince with a big wiggle off the corner. He gets a 32 901. What does Joseph Singh throw together here? 8/10 down on him. So some more drivers coming out of the final corner. Here is DNV. He's on a intermediate set of tires. Hertz starting a flyer. Propaganda, final corner. 5th fastest of the 5 drivers. Quite a big spread right now. I expect everyone to close up a little bit. Where is Juicy? He's going to be the next one to come in. We'll go on board with him as he comes at the end of the straight. This is turn 12. Be careful not to get invalidated there. Caution in sector 2. Juicy goes fastest in the middle sector. He's got one of the Haas drivers behind him. Tell you what, Havoc needs a really strong weekend as we get towards the end of this season. DRS open. Juicy goes fastest overall by 0.4 of a second, even faster than Sweatback. Very impressive lap from Juicy. Sweatback, the championship leader, sitting in second right now. Of course, here's VNV on his intermediate tires. This could be all for naught if it starts raining. Cross the line. Of course, it's going to be off the pace. Purge on an out lap. The McLaren of Hertz has been invalidated. Giving some heat into his tires. Going to be going for a warm-up lap again. So the first run of laps has been completed. Juicy, still fastest. Just going slowly here. I think Sweatback's also on a recharge kind of lap. 5 minutes to go. 5.5 in sprint qualifying. Final sprint of the entire season here. Had one in Baku a few weeks ago. Had one in Spain. The earlier parts of the season. Sweatback Flame coming in. Right there is where we saw RBN with that famous moment back in season 4. Speaking of RBN, he's going to have to come into the pits here shortly. Hertz has been invalidated. Purge through sector 1 right now. Fastest sector 1 for A-Stop Purge in the Alpine. It's a great start, but not a great next corner. Immediately gets invalidated. He'll have to abort this lap. Havoc, championship hopeful, had what looked like to be a huge championship swing in his favor 1 week ago until VNV, aka RBN, was late on the brakes into turn 1. On the final lap, took out Havoc, swung momentum back in favor of Sweatback. Here goes Havoc. Final corner here. Going to be starting his flyer now. Just behind him, Purge's invalidated lap will be coming to an end. We'll see what Havoc can do. He needs a good result here this weekend to close things up before the final 2 races at Singapore and Brazil, as always. Joseph Singh, final corner with a lockup. That's going to hurt his time. Improves by 0.6, but stays in 4th. Mozzie behind him has been invalidated. Everybody else either in the pits or on an outlap. Here's Havoc though. End of sector 2. Where's he go? Fastest in the second sector. No one's been able to topple Juicy just yet, and final runs should be starting soon. Juicy himself is coming to start one more lap. Here goes Havoc Gamer. Final corner now. Second place in the championship. 10 points behind his teammate. Needs a good run here. Cross the line. It's fastest overall. It's nearly a second. It's over a second. Ahead of everybody else. Absolute barnstorming lap from Havoc Gamer. Juicy, who just got knocked off pole position, starts a flyer now. Swept back. He's trying to find some clear space at the end of the second sector here. Middle of the second sector, I should say. Prince is in turn 1. Clutch looking to improve. He's at 7th. Joseph Singh calls it a session. I don't know if it was on purpose or not. Clutch is going to abort this lap. He's going to get out of the way of the Alpine. I think that was Purge he was getting out of the way of. Purge yet to set a lap. Hertz yet to set a lap. Hertz on an out lap right now. He's going to have one chance to do it here. Here goes Juicy. He's at 10th down. He's got to find some time here down the straightaway. Maybe the slightest of toes from the car in front. Probably nothing too major. Here comes the Red Bull behind him. Swept back. One more run at it. What can he do here? He wants to at least be on the front row. Huge lockup in turn 1 over the apex. Way deep. He's going to be down on time already. Havoc could be safe. He's into the pits. He's not going to get another chance. Juicy will be going for another lap here. Propaganda starting his final flying lap now. Purge has to nail this. He's also on his final flying lap. Hertz is out of the session. He will not be setting any kind of time. I'll tell you what, Sweatback, who's a 10th up, he's going to have to find 1.5 seconds if he wants to beat Havoc's time. Is he fastest in the middle sector? The answer is yes. 6/10 up. He's going to get a tow from Purge. He might get dirty air from Purge. He might be too close for a tow. But Purge can't let up either. The session is ended. Purge has got to go. Sweatback will be behind him. Here we go. Crossing the line now. Off of this next corner. Purge. A blast to the line. Sweatback to the line. Goes second fastest. All eyes on Juicy now. Big improvement from Sweatback, but not enough. Purge, by the way, went 6th fastest in his only lap. Juicy. Coming to the end of a lap here. Here he goes. Started the session out hot. Shortly gets invalidated there, and he does. Wouldn't have been good enough anyways. So it's going to be Havoc Gamer, I think, on pole. What can V&V do? He's 1 point away from a race ban. 1 penalty point, that is. Off the final corner. V&V to the line. 3rd fastest for the Ferrari driver. Havoc swept back in V&V once again. 1, 2, 3. So familiar at this point in the season. I think everybody is in. That's going to do it. Qualifying is going to be done. Sprint qualifying is in the books. Havoc Gamer gets sprint pole. here we're going to see the qualifying order. Tyler Fink did not get last position, but Havoc did get first by a 10th over his teammate. So here we go. Into the sprint then. Will it be raining when we get to the pit lane? We will see. Nope. Clear skies. Look at that. What a beautiful image. Beautiful shot here on the pit lane at Circuit of the Americas. Who goes crazy into turn one? Who can get it done? 10 points on offer, then 7-5-3-2-1 for the top 6 here in the sprint. No point for fastest lap in the sprint. So if Havoc can get a win here over his teammate, he will be 7 points away. And here we go. What a beautiful shot. You'll have to excuse me, but this is gorgeous. And as they roam around the track, let's take a look at the championship standings coming into today. 10-point gap from Sweatback to Havoc. RBN needs a bit of a miracle. He's starting to fall behind ever so slightly. Prince there in 4th. Chief not here today in 5th. Haas can clinch the constructors. 122 points clear. Basically, by virtue of starting and finishing this race, they will be constructors champions for the 2nd time in Haas's V1 history. You see a gap from the top 4 back to Prince in 5th. Purge looking for some good points here. He wants any points in the sprint here. It's gonna be a 10-lap dash. That's why they call it a sprint, of course. Likely a no-stop race. Oh, car around to the back. I think that was Purge. Luckily, there's no damage on the formation lap. Otherwise, he might have retired. What on earth is going on here? Was that an attempt at an intentional wreck? Oh, Elliot is in... What VC am I in? Well, that's a good question. The answer is none. But I can get in one. Alright, we'll go into the watch party VC. Why not? As they come to... Nope, there he is. Right on cue. Here we go. All right. Well, you join us right in time for the start of the sprint race. It was. If it was an attempt at an intentional wreck, that could be a race ban, even if he didn't make contact. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happened there. Anyways, here we are on the grid. 10 laps at Circuit of the Americas. Lights illuminated. Sun right in the driver's face, and we are racing for the sprint race. Look at this. Sweatback gets up the inside. It's a good start, and here he comes, and here comes RVN around the outside. It's 3 wide into turn 1. Who gets almost 4 wide? Oh my goodness. Driver's off. It's a Haas 1-2. Havoc trying to hold the inside into the S's. Can he make it stick here? They're side by side. Who yields? They don't yield. Huge contact with Havoc. Oh, big hit. Around goes Havoc. He's out of the points. It's a disaster. He's still getting hit. Bashed off the road by Propaganda, I think that was. And now he has a long road ahead of him. Juicy in a second. What a crazy start.
We're still racing, I guess.
We are. And they're battling it out here. And Havoc's championship hopes, if that stuff keeps happening.
In the back there.
Yeah, they are 3 wide. Look at this.
Still 3 wide somehow.
Drag race. Who's going to concede? Who has the inside? Havoc has the inside. He's trying to make up ground. He gets into 8th already.
The amount of lockups there to the at the end of the long back straight there is simply incredible.
Really isn't. Oh, here goes Havoc again, trying to get more spots. Oh, a half spin from the Red Bull in front. Nowhere to go for Havoc. I think he got into the side of him there. Look at this. 3 wide again. Oh, Havoc gets pinched. Propaganda is off. This is a hectic first lap. My goodness.
Yeah, Juicy already has 1 3-second penalty as seems to be some off-track driving there. Sweatback somehow getting a lap in. That was clean enough to be recorded.
Certainly.
I am lost for words here at this first lap.
This is one of the most diabolical first laps we've ever seen. Sweatback got away. Juicy in second, although he does have that penalty. So that gives a huge cushion to Sweatback.
This is like the James Franco of first laps.
And here we go. Purge on the outside. What a move that is. Around the outside of VNV. That was really well done. VNV missing half his front wing from that first lap.
Yeah,
I don't even see.
Through turn 5. Very impressive to send it around the outside there.
Absolutely incredible
Sorry,
move.
turn 6.
And here comes Havoc looking to get at least 1 point out of this sprint race. Late on the brakes, we'll have DRS here. Gonna get right to the gearbox of VNV, who will also have DRS from Purge in front of him. Here we go.
Yeah, Havoc should have backed off there before the corner because you see he had such a bad exit because he got held up by the Ferrari of VNV.
And here goes VNV into the smoke and overdrives the corner. The lack of a front wing is gonna hurt him there. Havoc around the outside. These two fighting it out for the last point spot in the sprint. VNV sending it in there without a front, missing half his front wing. Surely he can't stick it through here, and he doesn't.
Good to know the scientists at V1 have discovered ways to make carbon fiber nearly indestructible because there would have been a lot of damaged race cars.
And there really would have, as VNV, I think he's going to concede here, get a front wing, and maybe hope for a safety car or something. Havoc, late on the brakes. VNV, oh, he's just calling it a session. Okay, he's retiring from the sprint.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him after seeing the driving standards exposed on these first 2 laps. I would be hesitant to want to continue on.
Yeah, that was some shocking stuff from everybody. Everybody was beating and banging. The whole field. The 2 Haas drivers came together, neither conceded. We had a bit of a Senna Prost moment there.
Yeah, and notably with Juicy having that 3-second penalty, that would put him down in 3rd place. Sorry, 4th place. 4th
place. There's a car off ahead. Joseph Singh went a little bit wide. Purge could maybe get into 4th place here. And if he closes up a gap, he could get onto the podium in the sprint. But here comes Havoc looking to throw away all those plans. And he gets easily, or not so easily, actually. Purge is going to stick around the outside. Run out of space. Down into 6th. Havoc into 5th. Havoc looking for 4th. Trying to get to the outside.
A minor lockup on the rear end there. Cost him a bit of time going into 18.
Nowhere for Havoc to go just yet. Does he try to dive bomb into the final corner? Or does he save it till the run up to turn 1? I'm going to assume he'll just utilize the DRS here with a lockup again from Joseph Singh. Here he comes, DRS.
The rear wing already open on both Havoc and Purge. Whereas you look, no room on the outside. Bit of room on the inside. He takes that room.
Cuts the corner a little bit. Havoc up into 4th. That leaves Joseph Singh and Purge. Purge stuck it around the outside of this section earlier, not this time.
Yeah, Singh had a little bit of a wiggle there. That allowed Purge to get alongside, but Singh cutting off the entry of turn 3.
Singh closing in to Havoc. Havoc's not done yet. Havoc's not free. Singh's going to have DRS, so is Purge. Do we see a dive bomb? No. Look at this is smart. He backed off there a little bit.
That's what I was saying. If you back off there, actually, that time he seemed to back off a little too much and not have the perfect line there and lost a bit on the exit. Purge, though,
We'll have
seemingly
DRS.
not using as much battery because he has the DRS open, but he's still being pulled away from.
And Hertz is out of the race. Could this be a safety car? Where is he? He's off the track there. You can see him in the wall.
That would put you out of the race.
Yep, that'll very much put you out of the race. We stay green. No safety car here in the sprint. Purge looking for another
No.
point.
Maybe we should have had the races longer than the sprint race longer than 10 laps because these guys are really getting a move on and leading to some questionable moments. As ASOP Purge picks him a penalty for that little corner cut there,
Yeah, that's going to be a disaster
that's
for
gonna
him.
hurt him. Yeah, that drops him down. He's gonna need. He's almost guaranteed 6th at this point.
He is,
That's the
unless,
best he can do.
unless he can get by Joseph, find 3 seconds, or hope Joseph also gets a penalty. Following through the S's like that's pretty impressive with the dirty air.
Yeah, you can see Purge doing a little bit of corner cuts, just barely staying within the track limits. It almost looks like 2020 levels of track limit cutting there. Really, very interesting work there from Aesop Purge as he's trying to stick with Joseph Singh through the hairpin. Missed that apex there. That's going
Oh,
to cost him
great.
on exit, and it does dearly.
That's going to be a huge loss of speed. He'll have DRS. He might close up, but I don't think he'll be close enough to make a move as Tyler gets a penalty. Doesn't quite get there.
5 laps
Oh!
and already three. Oh,
Sing's
Singh
off.
runs off track, runs deep.
Another lockup. I think they
Going
might
side
have
by side though.
banged wheels. Purge.
Yeah, minor bits of contact. Purge with the inside through 17.
Oh! And loses the
Oh.
traction. Off the corner.
Good job from him being able to save it, but that's going to cost him dearly. He might be able to close back in time, but yeah, I mean, we're seeing here it's very, very loose race cars today. A lot of tire smoke being shot up by all the drivers. Joseph Singh with the lockups and Purge with the half spins.
Yeah, these two going back and forth, trading mistakes, trading positions. Oh, Purge late on the brakes, almost ran into the back of Joseph Singh. Had to go wide in turn 1.
He's gonna get. He got kind of a late apex, able to get on the power sooner. Had a bit better initial acceleration off the corner, but Singh with the better. line
Oh
carry was-
no, another penalty for Purge. That's 6 seconds now. He could be out of the
puts
points.
him nearly an 8th.
He's got to get a move on, and quick. Here comes Havoc, looking for 3rd from Prince. Another lockup from Prince. Great exit.
Is this a amazing exit there from Havoc? Is this a new V1 record for 5 multiple warning penalties in 6 laps?
It could be. I'm not sure what the record is, but it's probably close. So Havoc trying to do some damage control. He could get into 2nd. Well, he's going
Well, he
to
is
get-
2nd right
yeah,
now with
he
that
is.
penalty.
He absolutely is. But I'm sure he'd want to
So-
clear him on track.
Absolutely, as Mozzie picks him a penalty. That's 6 penalties in 6 laps.
Pretty good so far. We still have a 28 lap Grand Prix after this. Purge trying to defend. Singh going all the way off the track there. This is getting closer to resemble IndyCar track limits than anything else.
Yeah. Welcome back, NASCAR Cup Series.
And here we go. Singh with DRS and the position. What does Purge do here? Do we see a cutback? Another lockup from Joseph Singh. And look at this cutback. Beautifully executed. Can he get it to stick around the outside? No. Singh has the inside and holds on to 5th on track.
If you can remember, I feel like it was either Purge or Prince at the beginning of the season. They were utilizing those intentional lockups to help with the rotation. Could Joseph Singh be trying that? in this
Oh,
big
well,
driver? Joseph Singh has a big wiggle.
Yeah, hey, that's not going to help him. Purge gets through. More importantly, Joseph Singh has the DRS detection point. So expect a cutback here. Do we see around the outside, tries to make it stick. And Purge again having trouble getting the power down. Singh will have DRS. He's going to pull away here. As Havoc gets into on-track 2nd place. Juicy, though, back up the inside. What is this camera angle? bashes the
That
Haas
was,
out of the
I
way.
think, the most useless camera angle we have ever seen.
Yeah,
in
what
F1.
is EA doing? We got a shot of the outside of a steering wheel, and that's it.
No, that hand cam is kind of useful sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna see those downshifts.
Wow.
Well, Havoc back down to third on track. I'm sure he's gonna be frustrated with Juicy, who has a time penalty, and is fighting him this hard. He's gonna have DRS though, using the battery. Which way does he go here? Commits to the inside. Will he be later on the brakes? He tries to be. Juicy around the outside. Havoc gonna push him off and gets the spot. And now here comes Prince around the outside. Juicy's gonna be down 2 spots on track. Whoa! Falls in line right behind Prince. Really pushing it. He is fighting with Prince for position. You can see the time penalties there. They're equal on time penalties. So this fight with Prince is for third. Look at this camera shot. There we go. That's a useful camera shot. Tyler Fink gets a time penalty.
Sorry for my quick silence there, as Tyler Fink gets another penalty.
Oh, Joseph
If Joseph
Singh
Singh gets a penalty. That neutralizes this fight, kind of actually. Aesop Perch
still has
that
6.
6 seconds.
But he's going to get maybe ahead here with DRS up the inside. Can he get the later braking? Oh, wow. Birch backs out of it. That's interesting.
Okay, we officially have more penalties than laps completed.
That is definitely one of these stats of all time. Purge trying to go on the outside. It's going to turn into the inside. Does he have enough space? Is he given enough space? Does he have the traction? Again, a little bit of traction issues for Purge off that corner. It's the second time.
Yeah, in 17, he's treating it like it's a more open corner. He forgets he doesn't have that all that exit. He gets back on the power, thinking to run out, and there's Joseph Singh in the way, so he has to make a sharp correction left. And he had a bit of a look there in the final corner with another lock up there from Singh. But yeah, Purge needs to remember you have to change your line when there's a car in the way.
Here he comes again. Does not go for the dive bomb into 1. Maybe makes Singh go a little bit more defensive than he would have liked. He's going to have to follow all through the S's again. Speaking of following through the S's, this battle is continuing between Juicy and Prince for third.
Yeah, a big thing I'm seeing right now from Purge, when we come back to it, you'll see it. He's overdriving the car like big time. He's going deep in every corner. Right there, you see he's pushing every entry when he needs to be pushing on the exit.
We'll see what he does here. He's going to have DRS down the long straightaway for the penultimate time. Lockup, huge lockup. This should be an easy DRS overtake. Surely he doesn't back out this time. Which way does Joseph Singh go? Which way does Purge go? To the outside. That's interesting. There's that camera angle again. Oh my goodness. EA, please. I'm begging. Joseph Singh. All right. With a lockup there. Which way does Purge go? Up the inside again. Does he get the power down this time? He actually does. Not that we've seen it.
Makes it sick. But Joseph Singh able to cut back through the long turn 18. The big complex there.
And what a move around the outside.
Ooh,
Oh, contact.
Oh, contact.
Big hit. Purge.
Able to save it.
Oh no, he gets another time penalty. And don't look now.
That's going to drop him back to P8.
Yeah, Mozzie's going to get a point here. Purge, I think he just wants to get ahead of him now. I'm sure he's sick of this.
We might be looking at some dumping here after a potential pre-race intent wreck on the formation lap. Purge is driving very angry right now as GC picks up another penalty. He's up to, actually, he's third. He's up to 9 seconds of time penalty.
My goodness. Joseph Singh, he's 13 seconds back. On the final lap as well. So that's going to guarantee Prince third, barring a wreck here. Havoc will be guaranteed second, and Sweatback.
Joseph Singh guaranteed fourth at this point.
That he is. He's just got to survive here and hope Purge doesn't do anything, which we're going to see down the straight for the final time for these two.
As Prince on track goes up into second place.
That he does, but Havoc just got to keep it smart here. We'll keep an eye on this. What does Purge do? Do we see a dive bomb into this corner? Whoa, yes we do. There he goes. Cuts the corner.
That is...
Oh my.
It's very illegal.
10-second time penalty for that one. He's going to be miles off.
19 seconds of time penalty. If Tyler Fink wasn't so far back, that would put him last.
Subback Flame
That's
is
gonna
your
put him
winner.
in eighth.
In the sprint, Prince second. They're going to flip Havoc up to second. Prince third. Juicy comfortably in fourth. Joseph Singh with a pretty good defensive drive, I must say, from Purge. Although he's not free just yet. Final corners. Run to the line. Joseph Singh in fifth. Purge will be demoted to eighth. Only eighth, actually. Propaganda up to sixth. Whew, that was certainly eventful.
Yeah, that was definitely something. Purge, though, picking up another 10 seconds due to unserved time penalties, which is very interesting.
That's going to be huge for him. Well, he did get that penalty on the final lap, so can't really. Serve it. Well, that was a race. Havoc, good comeback
Was
from
it a
him.
race, though?
It was an event for sure.
Definitely an event. There were spectators.
There were spectators.
Actually, looking at the chat, there were not spectators.
There were drivers, though. Let's see.
There were drivers.
How much? Purge ended up getting 19 seconds in time penalties in one event. In 10 laps.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That is pretty good. It's a good race from Sweatback. He did have that controversial start with his teammate, but after that, he was pretty much flawless. Man, I don't know. That is a lot of contact. We will see how qualifying goes for the main Grand Prix, and then how the main Grand Prix itself goes.
Hopefully better than this.
Yeah, let's hope they clean it up, got that out of their system. Well, the gap coming in was 10. After that, it's going to be 13. So back over Havoc with the sprint win. So, and we're pouring rain. Pouring rain in qualifying. That should be fun.
That is not good. The one day it rains in Texas.
Yeah, the one day and V1 is here, of course. All right, well, Joseph Singh giving himself a last place start, apparently.
I think he might just be done after what Purge did to him there throughout that whole race.
That's true. He did come out victorious, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Tyler Fink doing the same as usual.
And now, am I correct in saying that there are some rumors floating around the paddock about potential attempts to stop Tyler Fink starting in last every race?
There's been some discussions on a rule change, or similar to NASCAR's 100% rule, where you have to attempt a lap. Maybe a 107% rule, similar to Formula One, something like that.
We will see for the next season of V1, or one of its random spin-off series that we seem to get every year.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. The Tyler Fink rule could be in effect.
He's gonna have to start going from second to last to first.
Yeah, there we go. He'll do one lap, 5 minutes off pace, and then start. Okay, so Prince will be the first one to start a flying lap. He's got his teammate Purge a ways behind him. Of course, no DRS when it's pouring rain like it is now. Oh, look at the sliding from Prince. Oh my goodness, he's drifting here. All right, Prince off the final corner. Gets invalidated. Does it invalidate both laps? Oh, it does. That's so unfortunate for Prince. Similar to Monza, how Philip is validated. So all eyes on Purge then. What kind of slipstream can he get from his teammate? What kind of driving can he do in these soaking conditions? Pretty tidy through the S's so far. Although he's got a Haas behind him. Over the hill he comes. Into turn 11. And gets on the power. Here he goes. Doing a nice toe to Sweatback Flame, championship leader. Back going fastest in the second sector. Although this dirty air from Purge not going to be helping one bit. Nowhere to go. They're both sliding through this triple apex 16, 17, 18. They're still sliding. Look at this. Looks like Formula Drift. Final corner. Purge goes fast. Sweatback goes faster. What does Propaganda have? To the line. Good enough for second. Look at the all that up there as more times come in. Juicy goes second fastest. He was fast in sprint qualifying. And he retired there. Okay. Clutch. Across the line, sixth fastest. He's got to find a lot of time here. Hurts in full wets. I don't know if that's the move. Everybody else is on inters. No, I don't think it is off the final corner. He's going to be off the pace. 2/10 slower than Clutch. Have a gamer fastest through the first sector. Remember, the championship point for fastest lap is on offer here. Havoc can maybe cut the championship gap to 12. Try and gun for a win here if he wants to win this championship. And of course, RBN still in contention. Mathematically does need a bit of a miracle. Fastest two sectors for Havoc. He got sprint pole, but was down in 9th by the third corner. Fought his way back to P2. Good damage control. Look at that. Look at these angles here. Slip angle. There's a Haas in the way, I think. I mean, Alpine. Gets off the track. Hits the apex there. Off the final corner. Havoc looks awfully quick to the line. He is well clear of everybody. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. That is shocking speed again. What does his teammate Sweatback have for him? 3/10 up. This qualifying performance is great, but he has to put it together in the race. Sweatback coming to the end of Sector 2. Fastest by 4/10 of a second. He's going to need to be 2.2 faster overall if he wants pole position. Now, he did put his lap together, stuck behind Purge, so I'd expect that's worth at least maybe a second. Look at the sliding through here. Drifting. Tokyo drifting. Doesn't get invalidated. That was awfully close. Sweatback Flame through the final corner. I don't think he's going to get there in time. I don't think it's going to be enough for pole position. It's going to be an improvement by 1.6. He's still 0.5 of a second off his teammate. VNV has not qualified. I think he hit a wall. Mozzie goes third. Respectable speed from him, but the top two, especially Havoc, in his own universe right now. And he's starting another flyer here with 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Sliding, 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 all over the place. Fastest by 0.5 in the first sector. Havoc is really thriving in these conditions. Moving more than you could ever imagine. Elliott will hopefully join us back soon before the Grand Prix begins. Coming to the end of the second sector, he does have some traffic in front of him. This could be a big moment here. Let's see. Does he improve? Oh, he's really, really moving. 0.9 up on his own lap, which was already 0.5 faster than his teammate. Cars getting out of the way here through the triple apex. Off the final corner for the final time. Havoc looking to improve, and he does. Faster again, 1.5 seconds faster than before. He's 2 seconds clear again from Sweatback. That's going to be demoralizing if you're his teammate, who just went 1.5 seconds faster than his time that was already 0.5 up on your personal best. Havoc is in a different league right now. Purge looking to improve. He's up 0.8. He wants to jump propaganda. Here he goes. A-Sot Purge. Propaganda's actually in front of him, who's been invalidated. His teammate, Prince, who's yet to set a lap. Pretty good. Middle sector. He might be around second place. Let's see what Prince can do here. Run to the line. Prince goes second fastest. A good lap from the Alpine driver. Sweatback Flame struggling to find the pace here in the pouring rain. Let's see what Purge can do. He's looking at about 4th place pace, I think, right now. Can he jump juicy? Yes, he can. 4th place pace. I called it. So it's a 2-4 for Alpine right now. And just as I say that, Hertz. Hello, Hertz. Welcome to the top 4. 146.557. Clutch behind him. Starting a flyer now. And the race line starts to get a little bit drier. So Sweatback Flame staying in the pits. I'm sure he's trying to finesse that setup. Trying to do something here. But this is a masterclass right now from Havoc. 1.6 seconds? 0.5 of a second here. We're gonna have 4 drivers. No, excuse me, 3 drivers not setting a lap here. Joseph Singh, I think, got a quality ban from the previous race. If what he was saying looks correct. Shutback saying the race is going to be dry, so it will not make a big difference come the race. Clutch just went fastest in the middle sector, by the way. Shutback's going to try and go back. Look at the sliding. This is incredible. Clutch goes 4th. Pretty good, tidy lap from Clutch. Seen some old-time Vantage drivers, 4, 5, and 6. Dare I say old-time GTA racers, 4, 5, and 6. So McFlame out on track. 4 minutes to go. Looking to try to find something here.
I'm back and you probably didn't know I was gone.
I mean, the silence kind of gave it away, but you are back.
I am back.
So, it is pouring rain in qualifying. Havoc set an absolute blistering lap, a full 2.5 seconds clear of everybody else.
Jesus Christ, I'm looking at that now. Yeah, that is a very impressive lap.
Yeah, he's
Swept back
moving.
on an out lap now.
Trying to do something here.
He's definitely schmoovin', trying to get his lap started the right way. Yellow flag in sector 2.
I think there's a car. Who is it?
That looks like
Clutch was going a little
looks like
slow.
it might be Mozzie. Oh, Clutch.
But let's see. Sweatback has to find 2 seconds from his own personal time to try and match his teammate, which in these conditions might be a tall order. And I think he's actually
Might be a tall order, but
giving it a dummy lap
whoever's
here.
gonna do it, definitely the Haas car.
Yeah, he's 1.5 down. He's giving it a... This is basically another out lap. Mozzie trying to improve. Luckily for Sweatback, and maybe not so luckily for Havoc, I heard that the race itself will be dry conditions, so... This rain pace... Well, good in qualifying.
Well, it might still be good considering how well he did there, and the in the sprint race, that comeback was an impressive drive.
That's true. All he has to do is avoid getting bashed down to the end of the grid at turn 1, and I think he'll be okay.
And no, this is reminding me of something. On Vissel, rain is now an option.
Oh, that it is. Interesting. You heard that here first,
And
folks. The Vindy 500 is going to be the first pouring oval race.
And it's not like I control the weather or anything, but after the Vindy 500,
There could be...
it's definitely a possibility. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So keep an eye out for that. We get to see who's the best wet driver in the Vantage
In a
Indy
car that
Special.
has never had rain tires before. No one has rain experience in that car.
So, more like who can adapt the quickest.
Basically.
Speaking of adapting, Subback's trying to adapt his car to find 2 seconds. I don't know, that was a bit of a stretch. But he's starting a flying lap here. It's going to be his final flying lap. There's a minute left in qualifying. Mozzie's behind him. You can see a huge dry line as well starting to develop. Fully developed, actually.
Yeah, and yeah, that dry line is
Oh my
there.
goodness.
However, with that dry line, the dry line is only as strong as long as there isn't more rain actively falling on it. So the dry line isn't getting any stronger. It's just not getting worse.
Yeah, it's not... Exactly, it's not getting worse. Sweatback was up 4/10 in the first sector. He's going to need to find another 1.6 seconds if he wants to go faster. If he wants pole position. Although third place at COTA, not the worst place to start, for being honest.
No, not at all. Especially with how long turn 1 is. It just means you can build up more speed by then.
He's 1.3 up in sector 2. He could get there.
Ooh. Yeah, very impressive there from Sweatback. I'm not sure he can get all the way up to Havoc's time, but he can definitely get ahead of Prince.
That he can. Look at this sliding through the triple apex. Few corners to go now. Ooh, close to getting invalidated. So close. Final corner, turn 20.
One left.
Get the power down. Can he get pole position? He can! He can steal it! At the gun! Havoc is on a flyer, though. Sweatback Flame, a 10th clear. He found 2.1 seconds on one lap.
Havoc gains exactly a 10th of a second here.
Havoc and Prince both looking to improve. Prince is 1.7 off. Havoc just needs, like you said, 1/10. We'll see what the time is. Oh, a bit of a mistake there. Kind of had to correct. What's the time look like? Oh, he's barely up. He goes fastest, but he's barely up. Half a 10th.
He just needs 5 hundredths now. 5 more hundredths compared. Ooh, as
big slide.
Look at that little bit of slide there on the exit of that long right-hander.
Havoc's setup definitely seems a lot more slidey. Look at this. This angle will show it here. Oh, actually sticks pretty well.
Yeah, he's definitely staying set up for the dry weather.
Havoc. Oh, he gets invalidated. No, Havoc Gamer throws it away. And he's going to abort here. What about Prince? He's also invalidated. So Sweatback Flame, unless Hertz can find 3 seconds in the final sector, Sweatback will get the championship point. And he's going to get the same place. Hertz also gets invalidated. Incredible. So, yeah, Sweatback Flame comes back. He's looking to push this championship lead as far as he can. It's now up to 13 points with that bonus point for pole position. Found 2 seconds. Incredible. Incredible. As you can take a look at the grid there. 1.7 to Prince. 0.96. 0.096 even to Havoc. Just clear. Not even a full 10th. So we'll be heading to the grid for the Circuit of the America Grand Prix. United States Grand Prix here in Austin, Texas. Should be a dry track. Will there be clouds over the circuit? Will it rain later on? I'm sure we'll get a good idea once we load in. Oh, nice and sunny. With a bit of cloud coverage as well. And for those wondering why we're still on F124, we do finish out the season on the current game we're on, regardless of release of a new one. Future events, of course, will be hosted on F125.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Are you okay?
And here we go. On to the grid now. Formation lap starting. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Challenge for the win. Gonna get alongside him. Off of 4. They touch. They touch. Drag race to the line. Could it happen again? Photo finish. Yes. Daniel Michelle. What a finish. We're gonna go for it. For the lead.
Oh my goodness, 3 wide in turn 3.
Run to the line. They're wrecking side by side. Who got it? Side by side. Right to the line. Who's it gonna be? G for CP, and CP edges him out. Those can make him go the long way, and he does it. They touch. Does he hold on to it? Yes.
Close. But here comes Smitty. Mini on the bottom. Here he comes to the line. Who is it gonna be? It is gonna be Mike Tyson.
The fireworks are going off on and off the track. Cuts the corner, does RBN. They touch again. A drag race, side by side. And here we go. The photo finish. Let's go ahead and take a look at the power ranking.
Yes!
So,
Sup, fuckers. I use math to make shit go fast.
gonna be a sitting duck here. There goes VNV, around the outside, up the middle, trying to get 2 for the price of 1, trying to get 3 for the price of 1, and he does! VNV in the 4th! And drivers coming to the grid now. Final corners. The Haas drivers already on the grid. Havoc looking to avenge the sprint race. Sweatback looking to put a firm grasp on this championship. As Joseph Singh, last driver on the grid. Look how angled he is. And here we go. Circuit of the Americas, 28 laps to determine our race winner. 5 red lights have illuminated, and we are racing for round number 10 of the V1 World Championship season number 7. It's a good start for Sweatback. Does Havoc have a move up the inside? He tries to get to the inside. Around the outside goes Sweatback. Havoc's gonna try and make it stick. There's no contact, but it's a Haas 1-2. And they're 3 wide, there's contact there. Propaganda and Purge going at it. Propaganda falls in line. VNV trying to make his way through the field here. And we're all squared away. Mozzie in 4th. Prince holding on to 3rd right to the gearbox. He's still attached to those Haas drivers. It's going to be important down these straights not to lose too much time. The gap is 13 points. Havoc needs a win to maybe cut it to 6. VNV and Juicy. Oh, contact around goes! Who is that? Propaganda again. Bad luck here, down to 12th. Havoc closing in. Can he get there? Look at this battle back here. Here comes VNV up the inside of Purge. Pushes him a little bit wide. I don't think there's... Oh, there's contact here, though, with Juicy. Oh, watch out. Here's Juicy and VNV again. Pushes him off. Gets by 1. Bit of a bump and run there. I'm sure VNV won't be too happy with that one bit.
Yeah, this is already looking like the sprint race.
Luckily...
Not something you want to see here. Juicy with damage on that end plate.
Oh, around the outside.
More
That's
contact.
real good. Here comes Clutch. Trying to get by his teammate who's missing a bit of front wing. I'm sure he just wants him to get out of the way. He knows he has a better conditioned car. VNV trying to make a comeback. He hit the wall in qualifying, did VNV. He was trying to come into the pits and he had to retire because he smashed into the wall. So that's why VNV is starting slow.
Yeah, walls are really not what you want to hit in a race car.
Oh, speaking of hitting each other, here's Hertz and Juicy. Juicy's just being a bit of a, dare I say, a nuisance out there. He's hit, made contact, I think, with 3 separate drivers already on 1 lap. Cuts the corner massively there. I'm sure he got a warning for that. I don't know how that wouldn't be a straight-up penalty. But I digress.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one either, but that Joseph Singh, the guy that is Joseph Singh, trying to find his way around Tyler Fink. No dice that time. But Juicy
Losing a few.
plummeting with that damage.
He is. He'll have a little bit less drag, so he'll have the DRS here. Let's take a look
He's
at
not
the
able to get the corner exit to utilize that lower drag.
Prince could maybe get a win here if the 2 Haas drivers continue to tangle up like this, or if they start to tangle, I should say. Havoc cannot afford to finish behind his teammate if he wants to continue his championship fight.
Yeah, and you can see Prince in the left-hand corners, his tight ones. What I was talking about in the sprint race, he's utilizing that lockup to help get some rotation every once in a while in those sharp braking zones. And I mean, it seems to be working out for him as he's able to stick with the 2 Haas cars.
Yeah, it's been a very strong weekend for Prince so far, as he has the fastest lap right now. And here
That
comes
definitely
Havoc
was a strong weekend.
around the outside. Looking for a cutback here. Not that time, but
Yeah,
Havoc.
didn't have the crossover he needed.
Gotta be careful. We saw that Sweatback's not afraid to make contact with his teammate, especially with the championship on the line. Havoc has to be careful trying to go around him.
Backing off early in the corners, trying to get that run on exit. And he doesn't seem to be doing it the right way. That dirty air is just holding him up. He's gonna need to stay in that DRS range and utilize it here on this long back straight as
Hurts with the
gets
penalty.
a time penalty, and Juicy enters the pits and gets out of pits with a front wing change, most definitely.
Here comes Havoc. Tons of DRS, uses the battery, wants to get up the inside. Surely not this angle again. That's a little bit better. You see a change of the lead into
Yeah, and
turn 12.
the camera really wants us to look at those change of gears.
Yeah, anything but the ensuing. I mean, look at this angle. What are we thinking here?
Look at this, yeah. You can really see what gear he's in right now. Oh, look at that right side mirror.
Here we go. Mozzie holding off VNV. VNV in 5th right now. Good recovery drive. He started in, I think it was 11th.
Yeah, VMV at the beginning of the season, if you can think 10 weeks ago, one of the sort of championship favorites. But no, the two Haas cars, the two rookies, really making quick work of this championship.
Yeah, they're driving away with it as VNV gets into 4th. Mozzie tries to fight back, but to no avail. And
Looks like he may have cut the corner there.
yeah, he was trying.
Might have a warning.
He was trying to keep it close. And don't count out Purge. He can maybe sneak into the top 5 here. Get up to the back of Mozzie. Yes, Prince notably more than a second behind Sweatback. As we enter the DRS detection zone, he's not going to get it. And oh my goodness, 3 warnings back to back, or penalties back to back to back. Joseph,
Yeah, a
Mozzie,
lot
and
just
Purge.
happened there. Wow.
Do we see a lead change here? I think we're going to. Quite easy for Sweatback. No challenge whatsoever. Down the straightaway, into the braking zone. He's well clear. So Havoc not giving up though.
Yeah, what this shows is really that as Prince now picks up a penalty. What this shows is that what you need to do here if you want to be successful in the fight around this track is you just need to be better in those corners. You need to pull that out of that DRS. Utilize that front half of the track, because in the back half, the DRS can just carry you around the guy you're fighting.
Yeah, you're sitting duck, especially on that super long straightaway. Nothing you can do, battery or anything. You need DRS to have a chance to fight back. Hurts another penalty as he goes wide there again.
See him get that penalty.
Oh, a big slide
Ooh.
from Joseph Singh. How did he save that? My goodness.
Yeah, and these cars with the way F124 physics work, you can just lock the car up and it will stay straight.
Very lucky moment for Joseph. I'm sure he doesn't want to keep doing that though. Those tires will be very rounded or squared off if that continues.
Yeah, he's going to start driving on some of the rectangles.
That he is. He'll have a very bumpy ride.
He's losing polygons by the second.
Oh, problem in sector 1. A car out of the race. It's Hurts. Hurts. Safety car.
Is that Joseph Singh?
And Joseph Singh. Yeah.
Around.
And he's also retired from the session. That's going to be a legal retirement for Joseph Singh. He'll be disqualified.
He might have been dumped there by Hertz.
I think he might have, yeah. So safety.
Seems like a multi-car incident.
Just as we cut away from them as well.
Now I forget, is F1 good? Is F124 good and allows us to look at replays or no?
No, of course not.
Of course not.
Perhaps. Oh, is that? No, that's Joseph Singh. Okay, I thought that was propaganda for a second. I was like, no, Mark. So safety car out on track. Freezes all the racing. Of course, they have to catch up to the safety car, who's in the middle of sector 1. But this is going to throw a wrench in things. Hertz and Joseph Singh come together.
We know what this means. If I'm not mistaken, guaranteed points.
For everybody, yeah. If you finish from this point, guaranteed points. A double stack for Haas could benefit Prince. Prince could get a spot here if this double stack does not go smoothly. Very interesting. Juicy gets a time penalty under safety car, by the way.
Yeah, let's try and keep. Oh yeah, they were too close.
Oh.
Havoc. He should have backed off right when the safety car came out if he knew he was gonna pit then, prevented that double stack from happening. Yeah, look how much time he's losing.
Yeah, he's down. He lost a spot to Tyler Fink. Stayed out. Tyler Fink up to third.
Race ends right now.
Yeah, stop the count. Important to note that Prince has a time penalty.
And Tyler Fink has a time penalty. So
That-
technically, Havoc is in second.
He is. He just has some obstacles, which is unideal for him.
Yeah. Generally, obstacles are not what you want to see.
Yeah, not at all. Havoc trying to push this championship fight. Swept back up 13 coming into this race right now. Although, still a lot to happen. 6 laps of 28 completed. So I think still has to pit, of course.
From what I've seen here, while we're on our safety car, do you think it will be a good idea to buy F-125?
I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's better than 24 for what that's worth.
But $60 good things?
Perhaps not. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Basically, what I'm asking is, should I spend $60 just to drive a V1?
If you'd like to. Or you could wait for it to be on sale.
Yeah, that's a good option.
The next season of V1 won't be till, I think, August, September sometime. So you have time for it to maybe go on sale in that time span.
Is there going to be any spin-off series in that time frame?
There is. Starting next month, there'll be that F2 European tour.
Yeah.
Although, not necessarily same level as the V1 World Championship, of course, but more of a little spin-off, like you said. All right, so I think everyone's here. We're more than likely going racing at the end of this lap, and guaranteed points for all the finishers, barring a disqualification, of course.
Mark, well in the race, giving buyers advice in the chat.
If F124 is worth $70, then F125 is worth $60. Well, that's a good point.
Very good point.
All right, so Havoc needs to clear these guys in front of him as quickly as possible, especially Tyler Fink, who's on a completely different strategy. Prince has a 3-second time penalty, so he also needs to get ahead of him. Sweatback needs to utilize that opportunity to build the biggest gap he can possibly imagine. And yeah, that's basically the strategy. VNV up to 5th. I'm sure he's just happy to be where he is in a good position to maybe get a podium here. And here we go. Safety car taking off here. Sweatback will control the pace now. Look at this. Prince already getting alongside him, pulling a Max Verstappen. Getting in his head.
Yeah, last time I checked, this is against the rules. So.
That is true, yeah. Surprised there's not some kind of penalty. When does...
Are they trying to go double file here?
Trying to do a NASCAR start.
A lot of cars alongside each other here.
I think they're waiting for the choose cone, it looks like.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. When does Sweatback go? Does he wait till the final corner? As you can see, safety car coming in now. And I think, oh no, he faked him out. Still waiting, still waiting. Remember, you can't pass before the start finish line. And I think Sweatback has gone now. Here we go. Prince was not left behind at all. He was ready for it. Racing once again. Stellar start from Prince. Does he challenge for the lead? Not yet. Tyler Fink going a little slowly into one. Havoc. Gotta get a move on. Time to move now. Following through the S's. Tyler Fink not as fast through there. Oh, Sweatback has to, Havoc has to back out of it a little bit to avoid contact with the Mercedes of Tyler Fink. Nowhere to go. This has got to be so painful. He's losing time. Tyler with a moment. Havoc around the outside. Tyler's going to lose 2 spots.
Yeah, plus many, many more when it comes time for him to pit. Because, reminder, he has not taken a pit stop yet.
That he hasn't. Here comes Prince with a lot of slipstream. Pulls back in line. So luckily for Havoc, hasn't lost a ton of time. But he is out of DRS of the car in front. And I think Prince is going to get a little feisty here. Prince wants a race win.
Yeah. If these guys, well, he has to not only get around, but has to pull a 3-second gap on P2. But I think if these guys start fighting, Prince and Sweatback Flame, Havoc can very realistically bridge that 4/10 gap in a single lap.
He very much can. Although locking up like that didn't help in this case. He lost a little bit of time. DRS will be open. Disregard the safety car graphic in the top left. Hopefully that glitch is gone in F125. Who's got going to the bottom?
Yeah, somehow this 1-year-old game not able to fix that one graphical error.
And there he goes with a problem in sector 1. I think that's going to clear it. All we needed was a yellow flag.
There we go. All we needed was Tyler Fink.
Yep. Doing God's work. Tyler Fink. My goat.
Driver of the day there.
V&V, Tyler Fink, both getting time penalties at about the same time. That's terrible for V&V, although he puts him on par with the other drivers behind him. And with Prince. So this is, for all intents and purposes, now a solely Haas versus Haas battle. Havoc's got to get past him. Prince, gonna have DRS here. I think Prince is gonna take the on-track lead pretty easily here. Look at the huge speed advantage up the inside. DRS.
Surprised Sweatback didn't go defensive trying to keep this position because he's not really in the end fighting for position, so he's just losing time, and you can see
here comes
his
Havoc.
Real fight is on.
Havoc, the teammate, fighting with him. This is Havoc's chance. He's got to get ahead of him now because Sweatback will also have DRS come those detection points, and V&V getting in on the fight as well. We know V&V can be very, very feisty. We saw it last week when he essentially took out Havoc in the first turn on the last lap.
Yeah, are these guys really teammates though at this point? The team championship is already well and locked up, so it's just a matter of the driver's title here in V1.
Yep, it's just
between these two cars.
It's a 1v1. And look at this around the outside. Here comes Havoc trying to make it 3, and he thinks better of it. It's probably a good thing to back out of that as Sweatback gets back ahead of Prince. Havoc, however, does not get ahead of Prince, so there's that buffer between the two. Look at the dirty air forcing him to slow down.
This is very much what Sweatback needs, a little bit of space in between him and his championship rival / quote-unquote teammate.
Oh, huge moment there! Time penalty for Sweatback. Ooh. Havoc now.
That is Havoc, the net leader.
The net leader, yeah, huge moment. Oh! And now if you're Havoc, maybe you try and help Prince get ahead of Sweatback, because those two are equal on time penalties. Havoc is the only driver in the top 8 without a time penalty. It pays to stay clean. And here comes Prince. Not going to fit around the outside there. Lock up. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, all under a blanket.
Now, we very realistically could see a situation where Havoc gets a time penalty, then goes straight back neutral.
Look at that move. Huge dive bomb.
Wow, that was impressive right there. Caught Prince off guard. Prince seemed to run a little deep there. Havoc took big advantage.
Yeah, that was huge.
He's he's going to be the leader when he crosses the line, but he wants to be the leader on track right now.
And he'll get DRS. He's not going to be close enough this time to close the gap, but that is huge for Havoc. Getting past Prince, that buffer between the two. Now he can hunt down his teammate, pass him on track, and maybe hope that Prince and VNV both also get past Havoc. Or excuse me, Sweatback. He can try and back him up. Because he's got that 3-second buffer to work with. Of course, he's also got to keep it clean, make sure not to get any kind of time penalty.
I mean, if you go slower and back up Sweatback, that's going to really help not get a time penalty. Slower is usually easier to drive.
Exactly. You have no reason to push now at this point. Everyone's made their pit stop, so that's kind of out of the window of an undercut. Unless a safety car comes out, that can throw a wrench in things, but as we see with DRS.
Havoc needs to drop back and start bump drafting everyone around Sweatback.
Essentially, as he goes into the lead of the race, up the inside, gets first place on track, and here comes Prince, looking to take second from Sweatback. So second on down, that is 4th position. Yeah,
now that Prince and Sweatback are neutral on penalties, Prince might be fighting even harder for this position because he knows he's going to get to keep P2 if he gets it.
Yeah, P2 is absolutely up for grabs, which would be even better for Havoc. Let's go fastest lap. We'll keep the penalties on. Fastest lap belongs with Prince still, so that bonus point belonging to Prince. Prince could get a good haul of points here if he could snag P2. Sweatback, though, not giving up.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a DRS train forming.
Oh, and here
Havoc
comes
only
Prince.
Seems like over the course of the race, Havoc seems like the fastest car on track. One lap still belongs to Prince, but Havoc able to pull 4/10 of just around half a lap since he made that overtake.
Yeah, it's very, very close. Still half a second. The DRS might nullify that. I think if you're Sweatback, maybe you just try and push Havoc into cutting the corner. Maybe you don't overtake. Maybe you do just keep the pressure on.
Yeah, that might be the play, but you also have to make sure you don't do enough to end up actually getting overtaken by Prince or VNV.
That's true. Those two are in a bit of a fight of their own. Sweatback Flame, not challenging here. He was only half a second back, so I think he could have. Look at Havoc. He cut the corner. That had to have been a warning.
Yeah, I think Sweatback right now is moving around under braking, moving around on the straight, trying to get in the mirrors, trying to scare and spook Havoc into making an error, neutralizing these penalties.
That's his only hope right now. That or somehow getting a 3-second gap, but those two are so close on pace that, especially with DRS, it's very unlikely. He just wants to stay ahead, really, of Prince. Of course, Prince has no interest in finishing third when he can finish second.
Also, looking at the times right now, Propaganda Mark, he will jump up to 7th. He'll gain 2 positions if the race finishes right now, with the time penalties everyone has.
Yeah, that pays to be clean. Top 3 all within a second of each other. Top 4, second and a half.
VNV seem to have the better line through this section.
Oh no, there it is!
That's Havoc with the penalties. The fight is neutralized, and Prince picks up another 3.
That he does.
So he's out of it again, but the fight for the lead here is back to neutral. Those penalties mean nothing at this point.
No advantage for Havoc other than the on track, and look at this. Huge DRS advantage. Where does Havoc go? Nowhere. He just lets him right by. Does he try and fight around the outside? Maybe a cutback? Nope, fight on.
Yeah, Apex was blocked by Sweatback. The Haas cars, they haven't really defended against each other.
Oh.
I haven't seen much of a defense through that hairpin at all in both races.
No, they haven't. They're keeping it clean. So if you're VNV, you want to get by Prince, because now this fight is for the win, with everyone but Prince.
So all this means is now Propaganda, the only driver without a penalty this race.
Propaganda, keeping it clean. Keeping it clean award. That should be something. Here comes Havoc up the inside. Do we see a defense? I think Havoc kind of backed out of it there as we see Purge get another time penalty. What is Havoc's play?
This extra time penalty puts Propaganda up to 6th place.
We see a move there for 7th. That's actually not for position because Clutch has 6 seconds. Mozzie only has 3. Okay, does Havoc make a move here? I wonder what the play is. Do they just try and go back and forth? DRS will be open here. Does he get there before the braking zone? No, he's not going to be close enough, so he's going to have to follow him around. Undercutting is not an option. They're probably going to stay out, especially if there's no more safety cars. We're halfway through this race. And I think the tires are 8 laps old. DNV slowly dropping back. Oh, a huge moment from Prince. Huge slide again from Prince. DOS for everybody. Havoc. Oh, look at this. Sweatback going defensive. And Havoc breaking early. Through the S's.
Yeah, at this point, we're still just barely over halfway. I don't think we really need to see a huge fight immediately.
No, we don't. But you also don't want to let Sweatback pull away. Maybe if you're Havoc, you just try and give him a couple dummies, make him overwork those tires, or use the DRS and blow right past them here into the hard braking zone. Up the inside, gonna push him just a little bit wide, and Havoc retakes the race lead. Here comes the 13, 14, 15 complex where we saw Havoc get past Prince. Oh, contact there, Prince into the back of Sweatback. Just a little bit of bump in there. Prince is here. V&V's got to get a move on as well. He has to get past Prince at some point, surely, if he wants to challenge for this race win. Sweatback diving into turn 1. Not close enough. Here comes VNV trying to get past Prince, the title rivals from last season. VNV, when he turned a 20-point deficit into a 19-point championship victory. Prince was the victim of that.
That he was. Just real quickly looking at the points, trying to get a reminder of looking at past results. I was thinking all the way back to round 1 when Sweatback got disqualified there for his tire mistake. If that hadn't been the case, he would have been he wouldn't have to really worry too much about this about not winning this race, because losing this race means the championship fight will be very close. If he had that extra 25 points,
That'd be huge.
it would have been it would have been huge, and Havoc would have lost another 7 points. He would be 7 points further back, and Sweatback would be 25 points further up.
That's it. That was a massive swing there. That's really helped Havoc close in on this championship. Of course, I think Havoc also missed a round entirely at one point as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, not a lot of. Yeah, these two drivers have been very dominant, but there's a little cracks in there that have kept really a perfect performance from either of them.
Yep, they've been going back and forth a lot. Of course, Prince won a race, V&V's won 2 races, and he has a chance to win a third if he can maybe close in here. He still hasn't gotten by Prince. Maybe the pace just isn't there with 11 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't really that turned up in qualifying in the race. It's looking like much of the same story. He's there, but he's in the doorway, but he's not he's not into the entryway at this point.
Yeah, he's not. He's got a foot in the door, but that's it. He's not in the house yet.
Yeah.
Take your swap back. Maybe you just sit here for the next 10 laps and make a move on the last lap. I don't know. Is that the ploy? Is that the move?
Yeah, really anything's on the table here. But from what we've seen, as long as you get a move done at the end of the straight, you can hold it until the start finish line, unless you make a mistake.
And we see them swap places again. Havoc playing nice, not fighting back, just gets in line, and the two behind him following as well. This has got to be a nightmare for VNV. Everyone in front of him has DRS, so he can't really do anything down that straightaway. DRS for Havoc. Running up to turn 1. Tries to force him into a cutback here. Not enough traction though. Lap 18 of 28.
Not able to get the move done. But now, if you look, the top 4 all within right around a second. VNV is jumping in and out of it everywhere, but very, very close. Sprints, he's going to lose 3 seconds to everyone when the race ends in 10 laps time. But as of right now, all within now 1.3-ish seconds, the top 4.
Yep, nowhere for Prince to go. He has to pass these guys. Problem in sector 3. Oh, Tyler Fink. A safety car.
Tyler Fink.
Safety car is out. What happened with Tyler Fink?
Oh.
Massive moment here.
He must have... I think what could have happened is he might have been trying to enter the pits. He has no front wing, so something happened there, and he's taken his mandated pit stop.
And I think he's serving a penalty.
Very... Yeah, maybe. It's tough to say what happened there. We got a yellow flag, and then immediately turned into a safety car, and Tyler Fink was still moving. He never really was stopped on track.
Yeah, that was interesting. Well, all right, who pits here? Who stays out? If you're a swept back, you can back up your teammate here. Look at this. This is what he's doing. Look how slow he's going. He's going to try and make this double stack affect his teammate again, and it likely will. Huge moment.
Yeah, that's definitely what you need with that.
And that's going to affect massively.
Havoc needs to win this race if he wants to keep this title fight. It's still going to be alive, but if he wants to be truly in the running safely, then he's going to need to finish ahead of his teammate.
That he is. He lost
This
two
is
spots
not helping.
on pit lane. 2 spots. That is massive. Absolutely massive. They all go on to medium tires. Fresh medium tires. Propaganda goes on to fresh soft tires, which is interesting.
I mean, there's going to be right around 7-8 laps left by the time we get back around and under green. So soft compound tires might not be a bad play here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how he can manage to get those spots ahead of him. Remember, he is the only driver in the field that's clean. Theoretically, Propaganda could win this race.
Theoretically, yeah, and technically on the start, since everyone will be so bunched up, he will be the net leader.
At least for a little bit, yeah, until the gap goes away.
For at least a second, he will be the leader.
The net race leader. If for whatever reason this race were to end under safety car, Propaganda would probably jump. Oh, is he missing some front wing?
Maybe if F1 would have better cameras.
Look at the
You
right.
could see.
He is missing a end plate, I think.
Yeah, it's. Wow, this is some incredible camera angles we're trying to see here.
There we go. He is missing that front end plate on the right side.
Yeah.
So our
Must-
net race leader is
Not yet. He's
Oh, that's true.
only
3
he's
point-
currently net second.
if he can somehow get within
3 seconds.
of the leader. 3.8, 3.9. We'll be doing another lap here. 3.1. Almost there. Oh,
Come on. Oh.
so close.
Oh. No, it's gone again.
7/10 away from the lead. Oh, 4.1 now.
Oh, 3.6. It's closing in. 3.5.
3.5. Oh, 4.2.
Oh.
Tragic.
This is the most riveting battle on track right now.
It is. 8th place Mark versus the leader, believe it or not.
Poor position.
Four position. And they're 3 seconds apart. 3.5, 3.4. 3.5 again. Oh, it keeps growing.
Oh.
So close yet so far. All right, waiting on Tyler Fink to get there. Who is pitting again. Okay.
3.2. Oh.
3.3, 3.3, 3.1. He's so close.
1.
Oh,
Oh.
all he needs is 3/10. 4/10. Oh no, it keeps growing.
Drive up. Drive
Oh,
up. There we go.
3-0. Oh,
No, get closer. Get closer. You got this.
wonder if he's watching the stream. Surely he's watching the stream. Tyler Fink confirming he did tap the pit wall. That's what caused the safety car.
Interesting.
Here we go. 2.7. Race leader propaganda.
Race leader. Propaganda.
He's done it.
He's still leading.
He's still leading. Oh, it's over.
Aw. We had our moment though. Propaganda led the race,
He-
technically for a corner.
He led the race from 8th position. Believe it or not. He's still leading. Oh, here he goes again. What a comeback.
He's leading again. What a comeback.
Driver of the year. Oh, and it's over.
Aw. And he's been overtaken by the entire grid.
Yeah, and he's now down back to 8th. Well, it was fun while it lasted. 5.4. Oh, it's over. It's so over. All right, here we go.
Is this worth a driver of the day for being the only clean driver left?
Could be driver of the year.
Driver of the year, absolutely. Vantage Awards this December.
Yeah, in
Already
about
advertising
6
for
months.
them.
All right, Prince, gonna be eager to go. Havoc. Oh, big lockup here. Gotta be careful not to get some kind of a penalty under safety car.
Yeah, a little bit of a jamboree going on there in turn. Was that
Oh,
17?
careful.
Oh,
Jeez.
not. Oh, Propaganda's leading again.
Oh, that he is. Propaganda, technically, we're almost under racing conditions. And he is technically in the lead, and he's back out of the lead.
Unfortunate.
And he's back in the lead. All right, here we go. Sweatback Flame, championship leader. Here he goes.
He's going.
Prince, again, not left in the dust. He was pretty much ready that time. Tell you what, Prince 2 for 2 on safety car restarts. Havoc, however, terrible restart. Look how far back he is from VNV.
Yeah, he might have been spooked there by that little bit of contact he made with VNV. He wanted pacing. Was more focused on that than the restart.
Not ideal at all. This race, oh man, if it finishes like this, the gap will be huge. And Sweatback will be in a position to clinch the title next week.
Absolutely. Otherwise, he'll be in a position to clinch the title in 2 weeks.
That's true. Prince, 0.5 of a second. Everyone pretty clean. Lock up there. I think that was from Prince. Havoc, though, he's come back. Let's keep an eye on Propaganda on the soft tires. Actually hasn't made an inch of ground. Still in P8.
He's actually currently losing ground to the leaders,
That he is.
but
So-
he's still in position to finish 5th.
Well, it's better than nothing. Okay, Havoc still on the rear end of VNV. Now I think Havoc's going to be where VNV was, where he's just kind of in no man's land at the tail end of a DRS train.
Can we request that Tyler Finks cause a yellow flag somewhere so we can clear the safety car thing?
Let's see. We might get one here soon. Oh, is he going to run wide? Did he hear us? Mozzie boy, we saw it. Got a penalty right there. So back goes fastest. It's not what you want to see if you're Havoc. DRS, open this lap. Tyler Fink, good exit. Mozzie, though, somehow gets that straight line speed right back. Very good. All right. Fight for the on-track lead. Could be heating up.
If you're Havoc right now, you actually do want to see this.
Absolutely.
You want to see Prince get around your teammate. Even though it's not going to help in the end result, it can slow him down big time.
Yeah, you want to see Prince fighting with him. A quick DRS overtake doesn't do much. We need, if you're Havoc, you need a battle. Oh, Prince really cutting that corner. All right, here we go. DRS. He's half a second back, under half a second. Flap is open. Here he comes. I think this will be pretty easy.
Yeah, Sweatback not going defensive at all.
And why would he? Well, he's trying to fight back around the outside, actually. And now he's going to have the inside. Okay, battle on.
Top 4 within a second.
And look at this, Havoc closing in. Prince fighting back. Propaganda gets a penalty. No, everyone has a penalty now.
You're so close to Propaganda getting a top 5 from 8th.
Alas, the run is over. So Prince is on track, the race leader. But after penalties, I think he'll be down in 4th. If not worse. DRS here. Here comes VNV. This one is for position. Essentially the race lead. Here comes Sweatback up the inside. He's fighting back. He wants to get ahead of Prince. And he momentarily does. Prince, though, fighting back. This is great news for Havoc. This is great news for VNV. VNV could win a race here. VNV, mathematically, is not out of this championship. If he wins out and gets a little bit of help, he could have a miraculous comeback. Here comes Sweatback. Oh, surely not here. This is very close. Who was ahead at the detection point? I think Prince was. Havoc will have, excuse me. Look how close they are. Look how close everyone is.
Yeah, the top 4 just within half a second.
And here comes VNV. Look at it go from first. Excuse me, from 3rd to 1st, and he will. He will get into the lead.
For the lead at the hairpin, he makes it work. Havoc makes contact with his teammate there after getting around Prince. Prince plummeting
To
first to
4th?
4th in one corner.
What a disaster for Prince. That was a great move from VNV, utilizing the DRS and the slipstream, and Havoc now is right on the tail end of Sweatback.
Yeah, and if you're Havoc, this is actually still helpful because now this is 4 position. VNV taking points from Sweatback. So if Havoc can get around Sweatback, that's even more points stolen as Juicy gets another time penalty.
He's got to finish ahead of his teammate here if he wants a chance at pushing this title fight on. Look at this. Here comes Sweatback. Nowhere to go there. Thinks better of it. VNV looking for a win here. VNV trying desperately to throw his hat in the ring. He doesn't want to give up yet. He wants to win 3 titles in a row. He coming into this weekend rather, he was 28 points back. Gonna need some help. But it's not impossible. All right. Can Havoc do what VNV did? Look at this exit right on the gearbox. Very ideal.
He's on that overtake mode.
Here he comes. DRS open. Although Sweatback also has DRS and right into the lead. Go Sweatback Flame. And look at this. Here comes Havoc up the inside of the Ferrari. They're going to make slight contact. Havoc desperately trying to get ahead here.
This is really hurting him. Sweatback has a chance to run away, and it's all for nothing as VNV keeps the position.
Yeah, VNV stays in 2nd, which is terrible news for Havoc. Great news for Sweatback. Although, of course, VNV going to try and win this race himself.
Yeah, VNV wants to win. Havoc wants to win. Sweatback wants to win. in reality, VNV is the one that needs the win. Havoc just needs to finish ahead of his teammate, but the win would sure be helpful.
That it would. Are we going to see a dive bomb here? We saw him. Think about it. We saw more contact. A bump and run in Formula 1. No, down to fourth. No, down to third. Sweatback gets punted out of the way, and VNV does it again. He strikes again. Now Havoc could go win this race. Exactly what he wants to see.
I didn't know VNV had that game in him.
Kind of respect it. The bump and run at COTA. Hey, we're in America. Might as well race like it.
Yeah, 3 to go and getting the bumpers out there.
Front wings be damned. Chrome horn activated. Sweatback will not be happy with that one. And here comes Havoc. He's going to have a great exit and DRS and a very easy overtake to the race lead. Great news for Havoc. Not so good for Sweatback. Of course, VNV going to still try and win, so might he try the same move on Havoc in turn 1?
We're gonna have a Ferrari engined civil war.
That we are, yeah. It's a three-way fight. Top 3 all backed by Ferrari, all powered by Ferrari.
Could we though see a penalty though for VNV post race?
Oh, we just
Due
might.
to that questionable maneuver, we'll put it.
And if it
Who knows?
does, that's a race ban. He has one
and
penalty
who
point.
knows? Maybe the FIA will just think the move is so incredibly awesome to let it slide this one time.
Well, here he goes. Do we see round 2 here? This time Havoc is in first. Does VNV get late on the brakes? He's going to have DRS. Up the inside. Who has the traction? Havoc has the inside and holds the position. So no bump and run this time.
Well, VNV is going to definitely play it cleaner with Havoc than he is with Sweatback, because if Havoc takes the lead of the title, then that just means he has a closer gap at this point, because Sweatback needs to be the real loser here for VNV and Havoc to stay in the fight.
Yeah, VNV needs to make sure for sure he finishes ahead of Sweatback. More than anything. But he's going to have DRS here. We're coming to 3 laps to go. Coming to 2 laps to go. 0.4 of a second, down to 3. How hard does Havoc fight here? Goes to the middle. A late lunge up the inside. VNV, nowhere to go. Havoc holds on to it. And here comes Sweatback. Oh, around goes Sweatback. He makes contact with VNV, and VNV is fighting for the lead now. Sweatback down to 4th. Sweatback down to 5th. This is a disaster. The 2 cars in front, luckily for him, have 3 seconds and time penalties more than he does, but the leaders are gone.
Yeah, honestly, everyone besides Propaganda behind Sweatback has less penalty than him.
Oh!
So it's just
Juicy getting the elbows out.
And Juicy. The lowest Sweatback can necessarily finish at this point is 3rd.
Yeah, I think
unless he loses
3
somehow
seconds.
another 3 seconds, and then he finishes 4th.
Prince has dropped off the battle for the lead. I think it's going to be VNV versus Havoc. Havoc kind of needs a win here. 2nd ahead of his teammate would be nice, but a win would be even better.
VNV, though, especially needs a win here if he wants to keep his title hopes alive.
That he does, yeah. He needs to get some help here if he wants to mathematically have a chance to win this title after today. Here he goes. DRS will be open. The gap, though, 0.7 of a second. I don't know if that's going to be.
I think that's enough, though. I think that's enough for Havoc to hold him off.
I think it is, and you're right. He's not nearly close enough. We're coming to the last lap. He'll have one more try down that straightaway. Sweatback 3.6 back from the leader. Juicy trying to close in here. I think Havoc will be happy to see what's happened, what's transpired. He's going to survive VNV, though. VNV needs a win. He's going to be going for the win. We're going to be coming to the final lap at Circuit of the Americas. VNV versus Havoc for the race win. Another grandstand finish on tap. What happens this time with VNV? 1 week ago, they came together in turn 1. Will we see something similar here? A wiggle off the final corner for Havoc. That's going to affect his exit. DRS activated on the final lap. Here we go. VNV. Does he have a look up the inside? Yes, he does. A dive bomb for the lead. A cutback from Havoc. Nowhere to go. VNV into the lead. What a dive bomb. What a move. I don't think Havoc saw that coming.
No, he didn't. But he tried the switchback nearly successfully. Just got sort of blocked off by that bumper by that gearbox at the apex of VNV. But he is within range where down the long straight he can't make that overtake right back. And as we've seen and as I've mentioned before, if you can make that overtake stick in the almost hairpin, you can get it to hold until at the line. Contact there.
Contact. That's going to hurt his exit. And look at this. Prince is in on this fight. Here we go. The run down the straight for the final time. Weaving is VNV. It's not going to make a difference. Look how fast Havoc is to the outside. Does he get around him? By a mile, he's clear and into the lead. And here comes Prince, locking up. Trying to get... Oh, he's bashing VNV. Oh, he's bashing him back. There. Prince gets a time penalty.
More penalties. Wow.
I don't think that was Prince's fault. He got bashed off the track. And here comes VNV again up the inside. They touch again. And Havoc holds on to it. Havoc staying ahead. Final corners now. This is absolutely incredible stuff. Can he hold on? Can Havoc win at Circuit of the Americas? What does VNV have here? Do we see a late lunge? It's not going to be enough. It's going to be Havoc in a run to the line. What a finish. Oh my goodness. Sweatback gets up in the third. And this championship fight just got a whole lot closer. Fastest lap goes to Sweatback. That's huge.
Yeah, that gives 1 point closer. Gives him a bit more of a cushion. But, I mean, that's not going to make this big of a difference when he went from first to third in this race.
What a finish. Sweatback's got to be furious. VNV could get a penalty for punting Sweatback in turn 1 on lap, was it 24, 25?
Yeah, I'm not sure, though. It's really going to be...
It's up to the stewards.
I'm unsure, though, if it's going to be, go to the stewards because of how... I mean, Sweatback only lost one. Sweatback, he's still in third.
He is.
I mean, his race wasn't ruined by it, I'd say.
They don't seem too happy with RBN in the chat. Oh, look at that. He already left the session. He doesn't even want to be here. He's leaving before the podiums. I think we could see Sweatback get promoted to second place post-race with penalties.
That we can.
Propaganda saying the softs did not go his way, and it appeared they didn't. So, Havoc wins. And a big turn for the championship. 2 races to go. We go to Singapore, and then we go to Brazil. 2 vastly different tracks to determine your champ. Haas, by the way, clinches the Constructors title here today for the second time in V1 history. First time with this pair of drivers, the Canadian duo, doing it up. Both on the podium. You can see them there, living it up. And yeah, what a finish. Grandstand stuff. Oh. You can see fastest lap goes to Sweatback. Race win goes to Havoc. Phew. So I think it's a 4-point. A 4-point gap should be the gap. Although could go up to 7.
So Sweatback currently sits at 166 points. Havoc at 156.
That was before today, yes.
That was before today. 25 for Havoc. That's going to be 181. All right, is that correct there?
That is.
That math sounds correct. 18 for let's go with, what is it? 16 for third place.
15 for third, but he got pole and fastest lap, so that's 2 bonus points.
True, so 19.
And then
that math doesn't add up.
Well, we'll see. We don't want to.
We'll see.
Yeah,
a lot of mental math is going on, but I think Havoc by only a couple points is going to be in second.
Yeah, he is. It's going to be 7 or 8 points, I think.
If that, I think it might be even closer.
Good. No interview? Damn.
Oh.
I mean, you just appeared here, my guy.
I thought we were doing podium interview.
Well, if you want to interview, you can. Sure. Come on in. Prince,
Yeah. Hey, Nico, dap me up.
how...
Broke his way into the interview room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Forced
did.
himself in the commentary box.
Yeah, no, I break my way in. I'm
Use some
sneaky and
bolt
quick.
cutters.
Well. So how was that race, Prince? That was crazy, no?
You know, it was really good for the first part. The second half of the race after that first safety car was really nice, actually. Cleanest racing we've had. Like the Haas's, me, and RBN all escaped and just ran off into the distance. Juicy was complaining about it that entire time. You know, people were calling the race a snooze fest. We were all really shocked though at that last safety car. Like, what was that about?
Tyler Fink hit the wall in the pit entry.
Tyler Fink shenanigans. It was the end of the race was really chaotic. RBN. Am I allowed to say that? RBN.
Say it.
Everybody made some questionable moves, but that last both of my second 3 seconds were not my fault. So podium boy over here.
Well, that's true. You could get on the podium after review. Be sure to send
Yeah,
those in.
because the last one, RBN just shoved me off the track when we were all dodging each other towards the end of the race. Not sure how Havoc and Swept, like, I think it was Swept that got murdered.
He did.
Yeah, that was
Questionable.
like questionable. Yeah, they went 3 wide into that last turn, and I was just like, whoa, I did not consent to this.
You cannot legally go 3 wide without your consent.
It's true.
Exactly. I was just there. I was minding my own business and vibing, you know? Like, I was like Nico when he comes to my cookouts. I'm just happy to be there.
All right. Well, congrats on the
Terrible.
potential podium. Or
Thanks
the
thanks
probable
for
podium.
having me, guys.
Potential podium.
Thanks for having me. By the way, for the math, yes, you were correct with the 7-point lead, and it's officially going to come down to like a 2-car battle since RBN is essentially guaranteed a race ban.
That he is. Yep. Penalty points.
For not just the sprint, the race as well.
Yeah, some questionable use of the front wing.
Questionable is kind of being generous.
I mean, we like to be generous here in
Yeah.
Advantage broadcasts.
Yeah, there were some very harsh words being thrown around in the race VC.
You know, that's how it goes.
That's for you. You guys don't have to be generous.
Yeah, you guys can be as mean as you'd like.
Somebody may have thrown a banned word.
Oh Jesus! All right, well, I think that's a good way to end the broadcast.
I think that's penalty points.
Yeah, but thanks for having me. I'll see you guys.
All right, see you. Best of luck at Singapore. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this race. Havoc wins, edges ever closer. Pause to the championship,
Pause.
and we go to Singapore next week. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. And yeah, it's officially Vantage Week tomorrow. We'll be starting with Golf with Your Friends night. And then, yeah.
Yeah, it's time
Lots
for
of-
some vag.
Jeez, it sure is. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.